last train to the coast, with nothing planned and nothing lost. Just a suitcase and a window seat, and somewhere I had never crossed. The town grew small behind the glass. The sea appeared between the hills, and something in the moving forward released me from my standing stills. The last train to the coast carries everything I need, not running from the past, just finally free to breathe. The last train to the coast is where I find myself again. The aisle was sleeping, her flowers nodding in her lap. The conductor smiled and punched my ticket, like he knew just where I was at. I thought of you once at the tunnel. The door came fast and then was gone, and when the light came back it brought me the coast, the golden moving on. The last train to the coast took me somewhere I forgot, not the place I was running to, just the one I almost lost. The last train to the coast brought me back to who I am. Maybe this is what trains are for, not destinations, just the in-between, the part where you're not anywhere yet, and everything feels clean. The coast came up just before sunset. Sea lit gold from end to end, and I pressed my face against the window like I was 7 years old again. The last train to the coast gave me back the evening light, gave me back the open water, gave me back the will to write my own story, my own ending. The last train to the coast brought me home to myself tonight. The last train still moving. Still moving. 2 was nearly empty, just me and someone's leftover flowers. The southbound train was running late. I'd been standing there for hours. Not impatiently, just quietly, the way you wait when nowhere calls. A sparrow landed on the bench beside me and stayed there longer than it should. I took it as a kind of company, the way a traveler would. We both just sat there in the golden late afternoon without a plan. Platform 2, where nobody's waiting for me. Platform 2, where I'm finally free to be just a woman with a suitcase and a train that hasn't come. Platform 2 is enough for now. La 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 la. La la la. I checked the board once, then forgot it. The time stopped mattering somehow. The sea was visible past the railing, pink and gold, and here and now. And I thought maybe this is traveling, not the arriving, but the between. The man who sold the tickets nodded like he'd seen 1,000 women stand right here with their quiet suitcases, figuring out their next piece of land. I smiled back and felt no hurry for the first time in a long time. Platform 2 held me longer than I planned. Platform 2 helped me finally understand that the waiting is the journey, not the train, not the town. Platform 2 is where I found myself. Every platform has its moment when the world goes soft and still, and you remember why you left home, and you remember that you will be okay. The train came in just before twilight. The sparrow left without a word. I picked up my suitcase slowly and stepped toward the open door. Looked back once at platform 2 and whispered thank you to the air. Platform 2 gave me back my quiet self. Platform 2 put my restlessness to rest. Not the train, not the destination, just a platform by the sea. Platform 2 was exactly what I needed to be. Platform 2, southbound. thinking sometimes the best decisions are the ones you make while blinking. I found a window seat and watched the world begin to change. The city fell away behind me, the hills turned gold then turned to sea, and southbound started feeling less like a direction and more like me, like something I had always been, just waiting for the right train. Southbound, southbound, following the coast. Southbound, southbound, toward the things that matter most. Not a plan, not a person, just the sea and the light. Southbound feels like freedom. Southbound feels right. A girl across the aisle had headphones. She was mouthing words I couldn't hear, and I wondered what her southbound was, what she was moving toward or from this year. We never spoke but smiled once at a particularly beautiful cliff. The train slowed down at a small station. A man got off with just a bag. He didn't look back at the platform, just walked toward whatever he had. And I thought, yes, that's how you do it. You just walk toward what's next. Southbound, southbound, the coast keeps getting clearer. Southbound, southbound, everything I love gets nearer. Not a place, not a memory, just the motion and the light. Southbound feels like breathing. Southbound feels right. Maybe south is just a feeling. When the world gets wide and warm, when the sea appears between the hillsides, and you remember who you were before the storm. The coast came up all gold and violet. The train slowed to a gentle stop, and southbound became somewhere, a platform and a clock. I stepped off into the evening, lighter than I'd been in years. Southbound brought me to the water. Southbound brought me back to me. Not the me that left this morning, but the one I used to be. Easy, open, unafraid. Southbound, southbound, all the way. Still southbound, still southbound, still going. La 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 la. I packed a suitcase full of summer dresses I had almost almost forgotten, a book I'd been meaning to finish, some letters left half written, and somewhere underneath it all, a version of myself I'd lost. The neighbors saw me load the taxi and wave the way the neighbors do. I waved back like I'd see them Tuesday, though we both knew that wasn't true. I was going somewhere open where the air tastes like the sea. A suitcase full of summer is all I need to go. A suitcase full of summer, packed with everything I know. The dresses and the letters, the book I'll finally read. A suitcase full of summer is exactly what I need. On the train I opened one letter that I'd written to myself last spring. It said, go somewhere the sea is warm and find out what the summer brings. I folded it back carefully and looked out at the moving world. The coast appeared just after lunchtime, all that blue and all that gold. And I felt the suitcase get a little lighter, like I knew it could let go of everything it carried for me through the winter and the gray. A suitcase full of summer carried me this far. A suitcase full of summer knows exactly what we are. Two travelers, me and it, finding somewhere warm and wide. A suitcase full of summer opens from the inside. Maybe packing is just hoping, folded up in linen and lace. Maybe every suitcase is a promise, but somewhere there's a better place. I unpack slowly at the pension, hung my dresses in the coastal air, and the suitcase sat there empty, patient, like I knew I'd fill it somewhere, with seashells and with postcards, and with something I can't name yet. A suitcase full of summer will be heavier going home, with all the things the season gave me, all the places I have known. The dresses will smell like the sea now, the book will finally be read. A suitcase full of summer is how I know I live. Suitcase full of summer, still packing. place is where we're going, not where we've been, not what we left, but what the world is slowly showing. Hills and bridges, towns and water, each one passing like a thought. Today the window showed me coastline, golden pink in afternoon, a lighthouse standing on a headland like it always knew I'd come by soon. I pressed my hand against the glass and felt the world go warm. The window seat is where I do my thinking. The window seat is where I stop from sinking into everything that waited back in the life I left behind. The window seat gives back my mind. A child 2 rows ahead kept pointing at every boat and bird and hill. Her mother named them without looking, and I felt something in me still. That kind of wonder, that kind of noticing. I'd lost it somewhere on the way. I started naming things out loud, too softly so nobody would hear. Olive tree and red-roofed village, harbor, sailboat, chandelier of light across the moving water. And I felt 7 years old again. The window seat gave back my sense of wonder. The window seat pulled me out from under everything that made me tired, everything that made me small. The window seat showed me it all. When you're moving through it mile by mile. La la la, la la la, la la la, la. The train pulled in just before evening, the window filled with station light. I gathered up my things reluctantly and said goodbye to the window side, but carried everything it showed me in the clearest part of my chest. The window seat gave me back the world. The window seat gave me back the girl. Halfway to somewhere is where the train is now. Halfway between the life I left and something I don't know how to name yet or to picture. Just somewhere warm and wide. The map says we're between two cities, neither one of them is mine. And for once that feels like freedom rather than a fault or sign of being lost, just being exactly in between. Halfway to somewhere is exactly where I need to be. Halfway to somewhere between the old and the new me. Not there yet, not back there either, just the motion and the light. Halfway to somewhere feels just right. Never once looked up to see the coastline and the cliff and harbor that kept appearing next to me. And I thought maybe that's okay too. Some people travel inward on a train. I ordered something from the trolley, tea I think, or maybe coffee. It came in a small white cup that rattled gently, slightly frothy. And I held it with both hands, the way you hold a quiet moment. Halfway to somewhere, and the tea is warm and sweet. Halfway to somewhere, and the world outside is complete without me having to do anything. Just sit and let it pass. Halfway to somewhere, the best place I've been at last. Maybe halfway is the whole point. Maybe the middle is the gift. When you're not yet what you're becoming, and the old you starts to shift. The somewhere came up soft and certain, the station by the evening sea. I stepped off with my suitcase gently into whoever I would be. Halfway had become a whole place, and I had arrived at me. Halfway to somewhere turned into exactly here. Halfway to somewhere is how I ended up this clear about what matters, what I'm after, what I left and what I keep. Halfway to somewhere was the journey I needed to take. Halfway to somewhere arrived. most mornings always do. I sat on the pension balcony and watched the sea turn gold and blue. My suitcase waited by the doorway, heavier now than when I came. I walked the harbor one more time, past the cafe and the clock. The fishermen were already working. The boats were tied along the dock, and everything looked just the same, as if I'd never been here at all. Riviera goodbye, the hardest kind to say. Riviera goodbye, to a place that made me stay longer than I planned to, longer than was wise. Riviera goodbye, under golden skies. Na, na, na. Na, na, na. Na, na, na. The waiter at the corner cafe brought my coffee without asking. He'd learned my order on the third day. There's a kindness in that lasting small attention to a stranger that makes a place feel like a home. I left a note beneath the saucer, just the word mercy and nothing more, because some gratitude is too large to fit inside a word or four. So I left it small and meant it vastly, and walked back toward the station door. Riviera goodbye, I'll carry you with me. Riviera goodbye, in everything I see, every coastal evening golden, every harbor, every tide. Riviera goodbye, life somewhere inside. Maybe places know when you're leaving. Maybe that's why the light gets this way, softer, fuller, almost asking, are you sure you wanna go today? The train pulled out at 7:30. The coast slid slowly out of view. I pressed my face against the window, the way I always seem to do, and kept it there until the sea was just a glint and then was gone. Riviera goodbye, left me changed in ways I know. Riviera goodbye, taught me how to let things go, gently, gratefully, completely, the way the tide leaves every shore. Riviera goodbye, I'll come back for more. La, la, la. La, coast, with nothing planned and nothing lost. Just a suitcase and a window seat, and somewhere I had never crossed. The town grew small behind the glass. The sea appeared between the hills, and something in the moving forward released me from my standing stills. The last train to the coast carries everything I need, not running from the past, just finally free to breathe. The last train to the coast is where I find myself again. Sleeping, her flowers nodding in her lap. The conductor smiled and punched my ticket, like he knew just where I was at. I thought of you once at the tunnel. The dark came fast and then was gone, and when the light came back it brought me the coast, the golden moving on. The last train to the coast took me somewhere I forgot, not the place I was running to, just the one I almost lost. The last train to the coast brought me back to who I am. Maybe this is what trains are for, not destinations, just the in-between. Everything feels clean. The coast came up just before sunset. The sea lit gold from end to end, and I pressed my face against the window like I was 7 years old again. The last train to the coast gave me back the evening light, gave me back the open water, gave me back the will to write my own story, my own ending. The last train to the coast brought me home to myself tonight. The last train, still moving. Platform 2 was nearly empty, just me and someone's leftover flowers. The southbound train was running late. I'd been standing there for hours, not impatiently, just quietly, the way you wait when nowhere calls. A sparrow landed on the bench beside me and stayed there longer than it should. I took it as a kind of company, the way a traveler would. We both just sat there in the golden late afternoon without a plan. Platform 2, where nobody's waiting for me. Platform 2, where I'm finally free to be just a woman with a suitcase and a train that hasn't come. Platform 2 is enough for now. I checked the board once, then forgot it. The time stopped mattering somehow. The sea was visible past the railing, pink and gold and here and now. And I thought maybe this is traveling, not the arriving, but the between. The man who sold the tickets nodded like he'd seen 1,000 women stand right here with their quiet suitcases, figuring out their next piece of land. I smiled back and felt no hurry. For the first time in a long time, Platform 2 held me longer than I planned. Platform 2 helped me finally understand that the waiting is the journey, not the train, not the town. Platform 2 is where I found myself. Every platform has its moment when the world goes soft and still, and you remember why you left home, and you remember that you will be okay. The train came in just before twilight. The sparrow left without a word. I picked up my suitcase slowly and stepped toward the open door. Looked back once at Platform 2 and whispered thank you to the air. Platform 2 gave me back my quiet self. Platform 2 put my restlessness to rest. Not the train, not the destination, just a platform by the sea. Platform 2 was exactly what I needed to be. sometimes the best decisions are the ones you make while blinking. I found a window seat and watched the world begin to change. The city fell away behind me. The hills turned gold, then turned to sea. And southbound started feeling less like a direction and more like me, like something I had always been, just waiting for the right train. Southbound, southbound, following the coast. Southbound, southbound, toward the things that matter most. Not a plan, not a person, just the sea and the light. Southbound feels like freedom. Southbound feels right. A girl across the aisle had headphones. She was mouthing words I couldn't hear, and I wondered what her southbound was, what she was moving toward or from this year. We never spoke but smiled once at a particularly beautiful cliff. The train slowed down at a small station. A man got off with just a bag. He didn't look back at the platform, just walked toward whatever he had. And I thought, yes, that's how you do it. You just walk toward what's next. Southbound, southbound, the coast keeps getting clearer. Southbound, southbound, everything I love gets nearer. Not a place, not a memory, just the motion and the light. Southbound feels like breathing. Southbound feels right. Maybe south is just a feeling. When the world gets wide and warm, when the sea appears between the hillsides, and you remember who you were before the storm. The coast came up all gold and violet. The train slowed to a gentle stop, and southbound became somewhere, a platform and a clock. I stepped off into the evening, lighter than I'd been in years. Southbound brought me to the water. Southbound brought me back to me. Not the me that left this morning, but the one I used to be. Easy, open, unafraid. packed a suitcase full of summer dresses I had almost forgotten, a book I'd been meaning to finish, some letters left half written, and somewhere underneath it all, a version of myself I lost. The neighbors saw me load the taxi and waved the way that neighbors do. I waved back like I'd see them Tuesday, though we both knew that wasn't true. I was going somewhere open, where the air tastes like the sea. A suitcase full of summer is all I need to go. A suitcase full of summer, packed with everything I know. The dresses and the letters, the book I'll finally read. A suitcase full of summer is exactly what I need. On the train I opened one letter that I'd written to myself last spring. It said, go somewhere the sea is warm and find out what the summer brings. I folded it back carefully and looked out at the moving world. The coast appeared just after lunchtime, all that blue and all that gold. And I felt the suitcase get a little lighter, like it knew it could let go of everything it carried for me, through the winter and the gray. A suitcase full of summer carried me this far. A suitcase full of summer knows exactly what we are. Two travelers, me and it, finding somewhere warm and wide. A suitcase full of summer opens from the inside. Maybe packing is just hoping, folded up in linen and lace. Maybe every suitcase is a promise that somewhere there's a better place. Slowly at the pension, hung my dresses in the coastal air. In the suitcase sat there empty, patient, like it knew I'd fill it somewhere, with seashells and with postcards and with something I can't name yet. A suitcase full of summer will be heavier going home, with all the things the season gave me, all the places I have known. The dresses will smell like the sea now, the book will finally be read. A suitcase full of summer is how I know I lived. Suitcase full of summer, still packing. always ask for the window seat, the one that faces where we're going. Not where we've been, not what we left, but what the world is slowly showing. Hills and bridges, towns and water, each one passing like a thought. Today the window showed me coastline, golden pink in afternoon. A lighthouse standing on a headland, like it always knew I'd come by soon. I pressed my hand against the glass and felt the world go on. The window seat is where I do my thinking. The window seat is where I stop from sinking into everything that waited back in the life I left behind. The window seat gives back my mind. The child 2 rows ahead kept pointing at every boat and bird and hill. Her mother named them without looking, and I felt something in me still. That kind of wonder, that kind of noticing. I'd lost it somewhere on the way. I started naming things out loud too softly, so nobody would hear. Olive tree and red-roofed village, harbor, sailboat, chandelier of light across the moving water. And I felt 7 years old again. The window seat gave back my sense of wonder. The window seat pulled me out from under everything that made me tired, everything that made me small. The window seat showed me it all. Maybe we should all be given a window seat once in a while, just to remember what the world looks like when you're moving through it mile by mile. La da 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 la da da da. The train pulled in just before evening, the window filled with station light. I gathered up my things reluctantly and said goodbye to the window sight, but carried everything it showed me in the clearest part of my chest. The window seat gave me back the world. The window seat gave me back the girl who noticed things and named them softly, who pressed her hand against the glass. The window seat is home at last. The window seat still looking. Mm-hmm. Halfway to somewhere is where the train is now. Halfway between the life I left and something I don't know how to name yet or to picture. Just somewhere warm and wide. The map says we're between two cities. Neither one of them is mine. And for once that feels like freedom, rather than a fault or sign of being lost, just being exactly in between. Halfway to somewhere is exactly where I need to be. Halfway to somewhere between the old and the new me. Not there yet, not back there either, just the motion and the light. Halfway to somewhere feels just right. For hours, never once looked up to see the coastline and the cliff and harbor that kept appearing next to me. And I thought maybe that's okay too. Some people travel inward on a train. I ordered something from the trolley, tea I think, or maybe coffee. It came in a small white cup that rattled gently, slightly frothy, and I held it with both hands, the way you hold a quiet moment. Somewhere, and the tea is warm and sweet. Halfway to somewhere, and the world outside is complete, without me having to do anything, just sit and let it pass. Halfway to somewhere, the best place I've been at last. Maybe halfway is the whole point, maybe the middle is the gift. When you're not yet what you're becoming, and the old you starts to shift. The somewhere came up soft and certain, station by the evening sea. I stepped off with my suitcase gently into whoever I would be. Halfway had become a whole place, and I had arrived at me. Halfway to somewhere turned into exactly here. Halfway to somewhere is how I ended up this clear about what matters, what I'm after, what I left and what I keep. Halfway to somewhere was the journey I needed to take. Halfway to somewhere arrived. way last mornings always do. I sat on the pension balcony and watched the sea turn golden blue. My suitcase waited by the doorway, heavier now than when I came. I walked the harbor one more time, past the cafe and the clock. The fishermen were already working, the boats were tied along the dock, and everything looked just the same, as if I'd never been here at all. Riviera goodbye, the hardest kind to say. Riviera goodbye to a place that made me stay. Longer than I planned to, longer than was wise. Riviera goodbye, under golden skies. La 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 la, la la la. The waiter at the corner cafe brought my coffee without asking. He'd learned my order on the third day. There's a kindness in that lasting small attention to a stranger that makes a place feel like a home. I left a note beneath the saucer, just the word mercy and nothing more, because some gratitude is too large to fit inside a word or four. So I left it small and meant it vastly, and walked back toward the station door. Riviera goodbye, I'll carry you with me. Riviera goodbye, in everything I see. Every coastal evening golden, every harbor, every tide. Riviera goodbye, life somewhere inside. Maybe places know when you're leaving. Maybe that's why the light gets this way. Softer, fuller, almost asking, are you sure you wanna go today? The train pulled out at 7:30. The coast slid slowly out of view. I pressed my face against the window, the way I always seem to do, and kept it there until the sea was just a glint, and then was gone. Riviera goodbye left me changed in ways I know. Riviera